Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing his word in humility and sincerity, as commanded by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. I just seen this quick video here. It says, "Is this why men suffer from so much trauma in relationships?" And then it says, "Why men have side chicks? Why I'm divorced?" And you have women do this in this society. This is something that women do, and this is completely out of order and unacceptable. You know, and a lot of the things that women do in this society, they would have been killed for uh, just a few 100 years ago. But mainly 1,000 years ago. You go back 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, when we received the law, man, these women wouldn't make it. This is, like I said, this is just outrageous, but this is what women do. And brothers that have all experienced these type of things. And I guess I watched the video already. I guess he's going on vacation and she's acting like she didn't know he was going on vacation, and she wants to know why he wants to go on vacation. Well, look, none of that really has to be disclosed if he doesn't want to disclose it to you. Now, obviously, if y'all have a good relationship, you know what I'm saying, it will only make sense for him to say, "Yo, I'm going out of town in a couple of weeks, blah 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 blah, da da da." But he does, if he decides he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to, because the Israelite man is a sovereign. The Israelite man is a royal. He's a king. He's a king. A king don't answer to anyone. People answer to the king. Okay, and see, that concept is foreign to people. Okay, but yes, if that's your wife, to become one flesh, y'all gonna have y'all gonna have a bond, but at the same time, the emotions of the woman do not play a part in the decisions that are made for the relationship. Why? Because Yahweh Shemiel Shai set up the man to be as a guide for the woman. Well, you may say, what if I don't have a man? What if I'm unmarried? If you're unmarried, your guide is the men still. It's the prophets. It's the men of the Lord. You're gonna have to watch the elders' videos, and the brothers and the teachers' videos. You're gonna have to watch the videos and be led by them, because you're not to lead yourself through these scriptures or through this life. The Lord set up the divine order. But before I get into that, I'm gonna just play this video real quick. I'm doing too much talking, but because I'm just gonna make this quick. Jake done every Jake done been here. You know what I'm saying? And this is unacceptable. Like I said, man, we're gonna think of this stuff in the kingdom and be like, man, what the heck? That was bugged out. You don't communicate with me. You don't talk to me. See, this is women's main. This is really what it is. See, you will communicate with a woman, but a woman wants to know what she not supposed to know. A woman wants to know what she already know is really not her business or off limits. You know what I'm saying? That's really what they want to know. And if you don't give them that, it's like, well, you're not bending to me. The Lord said, let me get this precept. Salakia. Micah 7 and verse 5, it says, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Yet confidence means your faith. It says, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. What does that mean? Meaning some things you cannot share with your partner, and you don't have to share with your partner, and you shouldn't share with your partner because you care about your partner and for your own personal interest. It's called pillow. Like a wife is obviously a little bit different, but if you're just dealing with women in the world, it says, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Don't tell her all the brother's business. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, what the brother be, you telling your wife about what the brother be doing. Now your wife telling his, you know, that's no. No. It says, keep the doors of thy mouth for her that lieth in thy bosom. You know, like even I was, you know, you tell your woman like certain things in the scriptures, it's not really for you to know. And a woman will get offended in that, but it's really not. Why would a woman need to know the offices of the priest, the you know what I'm saying, the different offices, like I said, the offices of the priesthood and the functions of the priesthood? What is her purpose of, you know what I'm saying? Why would she need to know breakdowns, chapter breakdown, Revelation breakdown, Daniel break? Why would she need to? That's not, you know. So certain things, the fullness of the Heavenly Father, His knowledge belongs to the men. The fullness of it doesn't belong to the women. There's a lot of things that don't include them. Okay, and it's nothing personal. The man was set up as a logical and spiritual discerner to guide the woman and the children. And the woman was set up as a feminine, submissive help to the man to seek him for guidance, the same way that the man should seek to Yahweh Shemel Shai for guidance. It's the natural order and balance that the Lord has set up. But anyway, let me play this video, man. Every brother that been here, man. This video was funny to me. I was just, you know, laughing, man. You could laugh about it now. When you in those situations, I remember one time, man, I got chased around the house with a big ass knife, man. Had to lock this was before I was in the world, obviously, but that's bugged out, man. Had to lock myself in the bathroom, sleep in the bathroom with a sliced finger, then wake up in the morning and get stitches. That's bugged out, man. Or why? All because what? Because a man that might be attracted to another woman, or a woman might be attracted to your man. When he's allowed to have that according to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai, according to how things are supposed to be in the natural way of things. But that shows you that everything is unnatural. The Lord said, without natural affection. In the book, let me get that. Because this place is without natural affection. There you will show affection to your man until your man might be interested in showing affection to somebody else. Now you don't want to show affection. Well, that's not natural affection, man, because that's a natural process of the mingling of human beings. 2 Timothy 3:3, it says, without natural affection, let's start at verse 1. Know this, Salakia. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, despisers of those that are good. So the point that I wanted was without natural affection, man. You know, which that goes into many different things, but I'm just using it in the point that I just used it. And the reason why the Lord didn't allow the woman to lead herself, even if she's unmarried, she still has to seek to. She could pray to the Lord, but she still has to have a certain doctrine and foundation that's being taught to her by some type of man. Even other men had to be taught by men. So what makes these women think that they could just pray to the Lord and the Lord is dealing with them? This is Acts chapter 8 and verse 27. It says, and he arose and went, and behold, Ethiopian, it's like a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure, and had come to Jerusalem for to worship, and was returning and sitting in his chariot, and read Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near, and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him, and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, Understand thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired that Philip would come up and sit with him. So you got to be taught the scriptures, man. You're not above these men in these holy scriptures. This is the exact. This was written for an example. It says in Romans the 15th chapter that these things are written for our learning. So what can we extrapolate? What can we extract from this? That you have to be taught by the right men, whether you're married or unmarried. And if you're married, you got to be taught by your husband. It says,
every fucking time. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of it. I am absolutely tired of it.
You know why these women are tired? Because they don't have no help. You know why they don't have no help? Because they man only got one woman. And Esau got, of course, Esau got other oppressive functions in this society. But if this was our world, they wouldn't be tired. They would have time to rest. They would have time to mainly the Shabbat. We would be keeping the Shabbat. You know, all the wickedness that comes into society stems from Esau, Edom, man.
You can't do nothing. You don't communicate with me. You don't talk to me. I told you.
Women want you to be emotional with them, but we're not emotional beings. That's why the Lord chose us to guide and to lead and to judge. That's why your man, I hope you don't got a man if you're watching me, but a man may say your emotions don't really matter in this process of decision making, because they really don't. That's like it's almost like fear and emotions. They don't really exist. They exist in what power you give them. You know, we give the power of the fear of Yahweh Shema Shah all of our power, but the fear of the world, or the fear of this, or the fear of that, the fear of this idol or that idol, we don't give it power because it doesn't really exist. It's the same thing with those emotions. They don't really have to be there. But if you allow them to be there, then they will. And they don't really affect the decisions that's being made and the probability of something happening, you know, because it could be something risky, you know. Oh, I don't know. Should we cross this river? If we cross the river at this time of day, the river will be going slow, you know what I'm saying? And we'll make it. But I'm scared. And what about this? What about that? Because that's what the women going to do. They're going to dwell on their emotion. They're going to be in their emotions in the moment. Whereas the man's going to say, man, look, this is what we got to do. You do this, hold this, do that. You know what I'm saying? And just trust me. Just hold on. You know what I'm saying? Because we're set up to lead. So even if a woman is unmarried, like I said, you got to watch the videos. But this shit right here, man.
A week before I'm leaving.
He said he told her a week before he was leaving. She said, you don't tell me anything. Well, he more than likely told her. She more than likely is doing this because she's mad that he's leaving, and she wants to see if she can cause such a ruckus to make him cancel the trip. This is unacceptable, man. That's why the brother titled the video, "I'd rather dwell with the lion," which we could read that precept. Salakia. This is Sirach 25 verse 16. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Right? Because see, she going around breaking stuff.
It's a week before I left. It's a week before I'm leaving.
So he not leaving tonight, but he said it's a week before he's leaving. So he's leaving in a week. He already done booked the trip. He's leaving in a week. And man, I mean, obviously you already know what this man is going to do, man. He's going to have him, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have him some fun, man. He probably This Jake look like he got bread. He's in the world. He got bread. He talking about, look.
No, I don't know. I'm recording. Okay, well, keep sharing that shit. Keep sharing all this shit up in here. Go ahead. Share everything you want. I'm not taking shit up.
And you know that's a demon on these women when they do stuff like this, because a woman not supposed to be masculine. So by her going around slamming shit and throwing shit, you know what I'm saying? She got this masculine monster on her, you know?
Break whatever you want. Just don't touch my shit.
And then even if let's say the man was going, he say he going on vacation. Let's say he didn't have no plans on, because you know Jake be like effeminized real bad. So let's say he didn't have no plans on dealing with no other women while he was in Maui or wherever the fuck he said he was going. You think that this make him, you know what I'm saying? Like if he didn't have plans on doing nothing, I bet he do now. That's why the catch right here said why men have side chicks. Like, just go along with the flow, man. He could have been pulling prank on her, and then the next day told her like, you coming too. You know, like, man. But these women, they're so jealous. Let's look at this word, jealous. Let me go to the etymology of it. Which there's nothing wrong with jealousy per se, but there's a good jealousy and then there's a wicked jealousy. The jealousy that a man has for his woman and I mean his woman, you know, that's a righteous jealousy. The jealousy that the Most High has for Israel, that's a righteous jealousy. But the jealousy that these women have over their men, 9 times out of 10 in this society, is not right. It says the word jealousy, possessive and suspicious, right? Possessive, point blank, period. Possessive, that's a cut, because the woman is not the possession of the man, but the man. Salaki, I said that backwards. The man is not the possession of the woman. The woman is the possession of the man. That's why a man could be jealous, and it's okay because it belongs to him. A woman cannot be jealous because it doesn't belong to her. She belongs to it. Let me get this scripture here. So like in my Bible app messing up. How does it go? Getteth a session. Okay, this is Sirach chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. Okay, a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. Okay, so a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. Now she says she's tired, but then if you listen to the argument, he said that they just went on a vacation.
Everything you want, I'm not picking shit up. Break whatever you want, just don't touch my shit.
I'll touch your shit too.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay. All because I want to go on vacation. Just came back from Maui to spend $10,000.
Oh, they just came back from Maui. He said he going on vacation by himself in 10 days. So she's mad. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. This is not giving this man no rest. This is gonna keep him up tonight.
Shut up, you wanna go?
Yeah.
Shut up. For what?
Look, why are you touching my
For
stuff?
what?
Why are you touching my
For
stuff?
what? For what?
Don't touch my paperwork. What the fuck are you doing?
What do you wanna go for?
That's none of his business, but you already know what he want to go for. And see, this is the issue, man. This is why emotions don't matter, because if this man really was in his right mind, and you see, like I say, he got a nice house, he probably getting, you know, he probably have enough to take care of another wife. He probably got, you know, you don't know what his plans is. You know, he could have, in our world, he could have got him a concubine, you know. Concubine could have watched the children while y'all go on vacation. Oh, you know, these women, then they wonder why they're tired. But let's look up this word jealousy in the Bible. I mean, jealous, because it's a scripture I'm thinking about. It's in Sirach chapter. Okay, I'm gonna read this one because I said something earlier And this it says Sirach 9:1, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Right. You know, pretty much because you would do something with your woman, like for example, like arguments like this. Like if you lose your temper and you get to throwing stuff and throwing, you throw a candle or you throw something, now in the future, she going to start to emulate that behavior. That's why it says, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Don't teach her shit that, don't teach her madness and wickedness and chaos, or something that she could use against you. And it said, be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, except with godly jealousy. Now, the point I wanted, though, is Sirach 26:6. It says, but of a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. Let me get that again. God damn it. I'm gonna put that one on the screen because this video pretty much done. What he say? He said, man, I'm out. Man, I'm out. See? Jake is out. Jake is out. He probably gonna be a passport bro now. He want Jake is like, man, I'm out. They just, man, what is wrong with him, man? What is wrong with him, man? Like, wow. But so that type of behavior is unacceptable, man. In the kingdom, that's not going to be allowed, and that's not going to be glorified, Let's go to the book of Sirach. Because she's suspecting that he got another woman, and that's where he's going on vacation, or he's going to go down there to try to get another woman. And that's his right. That's right. No, but that's his right, though. If the Lord bless him with substance, and and because the Lord is pretty much that any type of dealings you have with a woman, the Lord allowed you to have those dealings with that woman. The Lord gave her over unto you. So if the Lord was able to give that man another woman, obviously that would be set up through the Spirit. So if you're a woman who believes in the Lord, you shouldn't try to hinder that. But anyway, Sirach 26:6, it says, but a grief of heart, and we know that we're not going to get that type of behavior unto the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It's really not a big deal, but we do these things to edify because our mind is to be set on heavenly things. So it says, Sirach 26:6, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. Right. Just start going crazy. She sounded like she probably had something to drink. The wine really make them emotional. It says, a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that have hold of her is as if he held a scorpion. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad cause of great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. But that's it, so but this is unacceptable. And like I said, the man is the head of the woman is the head of the children, and Yahushua is the head of the man. Let's just read it. 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 3. It says, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man. Period. Just because you are married, but I don't have no man. So what? Your head is still some prophet, some teacher. You don't just pick up the Bible. You don't just see women just picking up the Bible. Oh my gosh, look at this prodigy child. She's just been into the Bible since she was 3, and no, it don't happen like that. That happened through men, time and time again. Israelite men became prophets, became great men, miracle workers. Because our vessel has the ability to harness the totality of this knowledge. But we always bring out Job. Job 39:17, it says, because God have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted her understanding. Let's go to this word deprived. Nasha, which means to deceive. Salaki, to forget. I'm thinking about another word. This word here is nasha, and it says to forget, deprive, to forget, to cause to forget. And that's of our women. They've forgotten their way. They're forgotten their role. They're forgotten what's acceptable from your partner and what's not. They've forgotten what's acceptable from them and what's not. And like all of us though, because we as Israelite men, we forgot our way too. And so we're all coming back to it. But there's certain things that the women is not gonna come back to, whereas the man is the elect men, they're gonna come back fully. Whereas the women, there's certain things they're not gonna be able to grasp and truly stand on until a particular time. The Lord's gonna cause them to forget it until a particular time. It says, see down here, it says to neglect. They're gonna neglect that certain characteristic that they're supposed to be having, okay, as the elect lady. They're gonna neglect it until a specific or certain time. It says to neglect, causatively, to remit, to remove, forget, deprive, exact. So the Lord have neglected a certain wisdom and kept back and forgotten to a certain wisdom from them, kept a certain wisdom from them. Let's go to this word wisdom.
Strong's H2451. Chokhmah. Chokhmah.
It says chakama. It said wisdom, chachama, which chacham is also how you could say it too. Wisdom, skill, wisdom in administration, shrewdness, wisdom, prudence, wisdom, ethical and religious. It says prudence, wisdom in religious affairs. See, this wisdom covers every type of wisdom, life skills. It says in administration, political, governmental. It says in war. You want to talk about fighting, the women, they ain't got the true wisdom on that. You want to talk about administration, the women, they don't have the true wisdom on that. They don't have the full wisdom on that. You want to talk about religious affairs, they don't have the full wisdom on that. Ethical and religious, they don't have the full wisdom. They've been deprived of it. You see, it says wit, wisely, because the Lord wants this order right now. He wants the children to seek to the woman and the father, and mainly the woman. He wants the woman to seek to the man. He wants the man to seek to Yahweh Shah, and Yahweh Shah gonna always do right. It says Job 39:17, because the Heavenly Father have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. So that's why the order is set up like this at 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the father. So like I said, you say, oh, I don't have a husband. Well, you still got to listen to the prophets. Like the man, the Ethiopian man in Acts the 8th chapter. You still got to listen to the prophets. And they do. Ezekiel 33 verse 30, it says, also thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right. So the children of our people, men and women, they all listen to us. They all listen to us, you know. So even if you don't have a man, you're listening to, because a woman will comment under a video and say, I don't have a man, so can I just go straight to the Lord? Well, you have a teacher, you know, you have a teacher, and if you have a prayer or a supplication, you could bring that prayer, if it's serious, you know what I'm saying, you could bring it to that teacher, because you're talking about, you know, just praying straight to Yahweh Shai, you can't do it. That's why the scriptures say that 7 women, you can't be saved without a man. Isaiah 4 verse 1, it says, And in that day, and I mean that in many different ways, because like I said, the Lord gave us wisdom through men. Right, that right there cancels out that statement that you don't need a man to be saved. You need the men to give you this word. How shall they hear without a preacher? Right, Romans the 10th chapter, and that's how a woman is going to be saved. That's how the woman Israel is going to be saved, through the preaching of the elect, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. Isaiah 4 verse 1, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So why is these women going to compile themselves to one man? Because they're going to have that man in order to be saved. And that's how it's set up through the spirit. And women are going to be paired up with the elect men, and some women are not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying every single, elect woman or women and child or woman is going to be, but what I'm saying is the general rule, according to the precepts, is that a woman needs a man to be saved. When a man is saved, he and his house is saved. That's in the book of Acts. So there's an order. There's an order of things. And if you are a woman, what should you be doing? You should be seeking to find a husband. You shouldn't be year after year after year on the common board, single. Eventually, you should try to get with one of these men in one of these major cities that's close by you, man. Real talk. 1 Corinthians 11. I was thinking of another precept, not this one. Salakia, but let's go back here. Ezekiel 33 and 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before. See, but that's the thing. These women, they don't want men. That's why they'll say that they ain't got a man. They've been in the truth for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, still don't have a husband, still on the comment board watching all these different men. That's off, man. If you've been in the truth, and like I said, if you were near one of these major cities, you should have been down there throwing yourself. Brothers will tell you which one. Pick one. You know what I'm saying? Which one you like? You know what I'm saying? You want one that ain't got a wife. You want one that's already got a wife. You want, you know what I'm saying? Which because the time is short. And if you truly believe, then you know that the head of the woman is the man. So you walk around pretty much like you headless. You got your faith that was given to you, and that's a gift. But you need. Why would you not want the full structure? It's like having a house without a roof. Why would you not want the full structure of what this this natural order that Yahweh Shemel Shai set up is supposed to be? And if you don't got it, and if you're not unable to get it, the Lord could still bless you and save you. The Lord said that two women shall be grinding at the mill, one left and the other taken. So women gonna be saved. But yeah, this is unacceptable, and I thought it was funny, man. I didn't really have a whole lot. Lord was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, El Shai Bashem, Rachakodash, Klum Yashra, Shalom, Abba, Abba.